All right, so today we're going to dive into something that's like pretty much inescapable these days, short form video.
Yeah.
We're talking TikTok, Instagram Reels, YouTube Shorts, the whole shebang. And we've got some seriously interesting stuff to unpack here about what this constant stream of like bite-sized content is actually doing to our
Right.
brains.
And how it changes the way we behave too.
Totally. And, our mission here is to really like get under the hood of how these platforms are designed to just grab our attention and hold on to it.
Mm.
And then we're going to explore like what the potential consequences are for, our ability to focus our memory, even our overall well-being.
Absolutely. I mean, when you really look at what's happening here, it's fascinating. Right at the heart of it is the way these platforms tap into our brain's reward system.
Okay, so like the dopamine thing.
Yeah, exactly. Dopamine-driven feedback loops. And that's what creates this like almost craving for more content.
So like every time you're scrolling and you see something, you like, boom, a hit of dopamine.
Precisely. It feels good.
Mhm.
And so we want to keep getting more of that feeling.
Right.
It makes total sense. But then it's like compared to other forms of entertainment, movies, books, whatever, it's the speed of the reward that really gets you.
Absolutely. You're getting that hit of pleasure in seconds.
Right.
Unlike a movie where you have to wait like 2 hours to really get to the good part.
Totally.
So this rapid reward cycle is just so effective, and then you add in the element of variable rewards.
Yep.
So you don't know what the next video is going to be.
Right.
But there's always that chance of seeing something amazing, and that keeps you hooked, much like a slot machine.
Oh, yeah, totally. Like that maybe the next one will be even better kind of thing.
Exactly.
Okay. But honestly, I think a lot of people are feeling this already. Like their attention span is just shot
Oh, absolutely.
since they've been, consuming so much short form content.
Right.
I know for me, like focusing on longer tasks feels harder than it used to.
Well, that's because your brain is literally adapting to this constant influx of short bursts of information.
Yeah, when you're constantly shifting between videos every few seconds,
Yeah.
it becomes genuinely challenging to maintain focus on anything that requires more time.
Oh, I totally get that.
And your patience levels can really take a hit too.
Yeah, like suddenly waiting for a website to load for a few seconds feels like forever.
Exactly.
And then the thought of actually sitting down and doing like deep work,
Ugh.
forget it.
Yeah, it's like our brains have been rewired for instant gratification.
And on top of that, there's like this feeling of mental fatigue
Mm-hmm.
from, just endless scrolling.
It's like you're constantly being stimulated, but you never really feel satisfied.
It's so true.
And that's because your brain is getting exhausted.
Mhm.
And what's really interesting here is that it can actually lead to dopamine desensitization.
Oh, wow. What's that?
So if you're constantly getting these quick, intense hits of dopamine from these videos, everyday experiences might start to feel less rewarding.
Oh, that's kind of scary.
It is, because you're essentially raising the bar for what your brain considers pleasurable. And then there's the sleep issue.
Oh, yeah, the materials mentioned that too.
It's not just about staying up late scrolling, though.
Oh, right. The whole blue light thing.
Exactly. The blue light from our screens messes with our melatonin production, which is the hormone that regulates our sleep cycle.
Right, right.
So even if you're not scrolling right before bed, that blue light exposure earlier in the evening can still make it harder to fall asleep.
Got it. And then
Okay.
combine that with, the mental stimulation of like actually engaging with the content.
Right. It's a recipe for poor sleep.
And it's not just focus and sleep. Our memory seems to take a hit too.
Absolutely.
Because, we're not really thinking deeply about these videos. We're just consuming them.
Exactly. You're not actively processing the information in a way that would lead to it being encoded into your long-term memory.
Oh, that makes sense.
And there's some research to suggest that this can actually have a negative impact on your working memory too.
And working memory is like what we use to hold and manipulate information in our minds, right?
Right. So it's crucial for all sorts of cognitive tasks.
Wow. Okay, so it's like impacting everything.
It really seems that way.
And then there's the whole emotional manipulation thing.
Right.
These algorithms are so good at knowing what will get a reaction out of us.
It's incredible. They learn our preferences so quickly, and then they just feed us more and more of what triggers those strong emotional responses, whether it's humor, outrage, or even shock.
It's like they want to keep us on that emotional roller coaster.
Exactly, because that's what keeps us engaged and coming back for more.
And then you have the whole thing with parasocial relationships.
Right, where people start to feel a real sense of connection with the creators they watch regularly.
Even though it's totally one-sided.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But It's easy to see how it happens when you're spending hours every day watching someone's content.
Yeah, it's like they become part of your daily life even though you've never actually met them.
Right, and that can be a slippery slope.
Totally. And then let's not forget the comparison game.
Oh, yeah.
It's so easy to fall into that trap when you're constantly seeing these curated highlight reels of other people's lives.
Especially with all the beauty and lifestyle content out there, it's easy to start feeling like your own life doesn't measure up.
Totally. And it's designed to make you feel that way.
Right, because then you're more likely to keep scrolling, looking for something that will make you feel better.
Ugh. It's a vicious cycle.
It really is.
Okay, so I'm already feeling a little overwhelmed here.
I hear you.
And then there's the whole endless scroll thing.
Right.
Like you sit down thinking you'll just watch a few videos.
And suddenly hours have gone by.
I know it's happened to me so many times.
And that's by design. There's no natural stopping point.
Right.
Unlike finishing a book or a TV show, there's always another video waiting.
So what can we do? Like, how do we regain some control here?
Well, first of all, just being aware of how much time you're spending is crucial.
Okay, so like setting screen time limits?
Exactly. A lot of phones have built-in features that allow you to do that.
Right.
And even just asking yourself in the moment, why am I watching this, can be really helpful.
Yeah, to kind of break that automatic scrolling habit.
Exactly. And taking regular breaks can help too.
Oh, right. Like the 20-20-20 rule where you look away from your screen every 20 minutes.
Exactly. It gives your eyes and your brain a chance to rest.
Okay, and what about like engaging with longer forms of content?
That's a great idea too. Reading books, listening to podcasts, things that require more sustained attention.
Right, to kind of retrain our brains a little bit.
Exactly. And one simple trick that can make a big difference is turning off autoplay.
Oh, yeah.
So you're not automatically pulled into the next video.
That's a good one.
It gives you a chance to pause and decide if you really want to keep watching.
I like it.
It's all about being more intentional with our choices.
So it's not that short form video is inherently bad.
Right.
It's that too much of it can have these like real downsides for our focus, our patience, how we interact with the world around us.
Exactly. Moderation is key.
Moderation is key. Okay, I think that's a good takeaway. So to sum it all up, these platforms are incredibly good at capturing our attention. They use dopamine-driven feedback loops, variable rewards, all these like psychological tricks to keep us hooked.
And to keep us scrolling.
Right. And I think understanding how these mechanisms work is the first step towards making more conscious choices about how we consume this type of content.
Absolutely. Because it's not just about entertainment anymore.
Right.
It's about recognizing how these seemingly small boosts of content might be subtly reshaping our cognitive habits over time.
Oh, that's a really good point to end on.
Yeah.
So I'll leave you with this. Think about the areas of your life where you might be feeling the effects of your short-form video consumption, and ask yourself what small experiment you could try to maybe regain some of that focused attention.
It's all about finding that balance.
Exactly. Thanks for diving deep with us,
Of course.
and we'll catch you next time.
See ya.